Yahweh, Bahashema Mashiach, Malakia Washah. Another strong shalom to all of the mighty brothers that go out there and labor on the highways and byways, making their body a living sacrifice. In the rain, the tumults, the demons, the uprises, the uproars, they out there standing 10 toes down for the name of the Lord, man. Another strong shalom to all of the mighty brothers that are not out there as of yet, but they're building themselves up by reading, praying, fasting, being diligent. They're taking notes. They're doing everything they can do to put themselves in a position to shake the hand and wake up the hopeful elect. Another strong shalom to all of the mighty Akwaf in this thing that actually sincerely reverence their husbands, being teachers of good things to the children at home, being quiet, shamefaced, submissive, loving, steadfast, cooking, sewing, cleaning, doing all of the righteous acts of our foremothers. Another strong shalom to all of the mighty Akwaf that are not married as of yet, but they're building themselves up, being quiet, shamefaced, submissive. They're doing everything they could do to magnify the name of the Lord in the ministry. Right, and another strong shalom to all of the mighty children in this thing. You understand, that's abstaining from all lust, concupiscence, and peer pressure, standing 10 toes down for the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. And last but not least, another strong shalom to all the whole entire nation that's praying, reading, fasting, doing everything they could do to magnify the name of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua. Right, now this is going to be a quick video, right through the spirit. It may be a little lengthy. It's all the spirit of the Most High on how to fight spirits. Now, oftentimes we read the precepts, oftentimes we understand what the Bible says, but in actuality, we don't apply these things. That's why we have the outcome that we have, man. And in actuality, when you go into war with these spirits, you have to understand that this right here is actually a sword. You can't look at this Bible, right, just says Holy Bible in it. Then you just kind of flip through various pages and you just see headers and highlights, man. This is an actual weapon. You have to be an actual swordsman in this truth, man. You can't stumble in the truth and just watch videos all day, man. You can't just stumble in the truth and worry about your beard and your fringes. You have to learn how to apply this weapon that you have in your hand, man. This is actually a weapon. Now, if somebody's about to fight somebody and somebody whipped out a knife, they may think twice. Okay, if I don't have a knife to defend myself against this other knife, I might have to leave this fight. Or somebody pulls out a weapon, a so-called gun or something, and then they point it to you and you don't have a gun, you might be sitting up there trying to think twice on should you enter into this battle, man. The same way with these demons. These demons know how equipped you are with the sword, man. They know your spirit. They know if you're weak, if you're drowsy, if you're lazy, if you're slothful, if you don't believe what it is that you're praying for. And these demons, they know these things, man. Let me get this quick precept. And you being a swordsman, or a lack thereof, would declare what type of spirit and how sharp your sword is to cut these demons, to be able to survive and grow in this truth, man. That's a very important thing. It's the book of James, chapter 2, and verse number 19. Thou believest that there is one God, thou doest well. The devils also believe and tremble. So the devils tremble before the Most High, man. You literally have devils and demons, they tremble before the Most High. They're not sitting up there, Yahweh Shai, they know Paul. They know certain spirits on the earth. They know how wise they are, how they're going to refrain from certain type of tactics they'll. Now, I want to get this quick precept, second Esdras, right? Chapter 9 and verse number 18. And now when I prepared the world, which was now not yet made, even for them that dwell in it, that now live, know that since the foundation, before he created the earth, everything obeyed him. All of the angels, the seraphims, the cherubims, all the things the Most High created, they all obeyed him. So these devils, they fear the Most High. You know what they actually recognize and fear? The spirit that's on you, because they can see you. Why did the Lord say, let your light shine before men, that they may glorify your Father which is in heaven? If we're mortal men and we cough, we sneeze, we get tired, we get sleepy, we have subject to demons and sin, and we can see the spirit on somebody, like that's a prophet right there, man. That's a man of God, Zion. You can see the light shining on the physical man. How much more these demons, man? They know you. They know your strengths, your weaknesses, what you battle, what plagues you, what corrupts your mind, what attacks your flesh, what type of infirmities. And they know, more importantly, more about you than you know about them, man. If you're going to go to war, let me go to the book of Luke. And the Lord told you that you have to prepare yourself against battle so that you can know how to come to battle. A lot of brothers are just in war right now with the flesh, and they don't know what they got themselves into, man. They don't know if they fighting legions, if they fighting demons, if they fighting a demon that has this amount of power, or a spirit that, you understand, is very cunning and crafty. They don't even know what they're up against, man. They're reading precepts out of context and fasting in vain because they're not applying and strengthening up. And with this lesson, I'm going to go inside of the scriptures and show you how to apply to fight these demons. Can't just read a precept and then just keep it moving. It's deeper than that. It's the book of Luke, chapter 14, and verse number, I'm going to get straight to the point, right? Verse 30. It says, I'm going to start at 31. Or what king goeth to make war? Brother, you're a king. You're going to make war right now. It's not always talking about in the ancient world. It's not talking about you sitting up there on a throne and giving orders to captains over 50 and captains over 100. Brother, you're the king going to make war right now, man. You're fighting off the flesh. It says, or what king goeth to make war against another king, sitteth not down first and consulteth whether he be able with 10,000 to meet him that cometh against him with 20,000. So this is a strategizing thing, man. You got to know what to use, how to use it, what to read. A lot of brothers right now, you may be in the book of Hebrews when your spirit needs the book of Proverbs. You may be in the book of Revelation trying to keep up with prophecy or whatever the case may be because you heard another brother say, when in actuality, brother, you need the book of Job for affliction. You got to know how to patch yourself up through the words of life, and you got to know which weapon to use when you go to war. Because you might be fighting a demon, and brother, you don't need to pull a precept or be reading the book of Esther. Right? Let me get this real fast. Let me get the classic, man. Let me go to the book of Ephesians. This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 6 and verse 11, right? Matter of fact, I'm going to start at, let me see, bear with me. I'm going to start at 10. It says, finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of God. So a lot of people, when they go to war and they fight the demons, they're not putting on the whole armor. They're just putting on a helmet, or they're just picking up a sword, or they're just having a buckler. They have no shin guards. They have no gauntlets. They have no sword. They have no helmet. They have nothing to protect them with a breastplate. They have no type of strategizing. They don't know how to move swiftly and cunningly. They don't know how to have camouflage in the spirit and know when to come out by night and different tactics to win wars. They're just walking around with a sword, man, a dull sword. Not that the scriptures is dull, but you don't know how to use them. You're sitting up there grabbing the sharp end and the rough poking the demons with, man. It says, put on the whole armor of God that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities. It says we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities. The principalities are dark magic, spells, warlocks, witchcraft, all type of manner of witch and demonic things that people are casting upon us, man. Hey, a woman may be casting a spell upon you just by the way she bat her eyes. It's not always talking about a man with a mantle on in a dark room. Your husband could be casting spells on you by manipulation. People cast spells on you that are spirits, that are demons, then they use tactics to overthrow you. It's not always talking about the nations. It could be your own brother. It says, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places, man. So there's spiritual wickedness in high places, and we cannot be ignorant to that, man. Stop just thinking you're battling a lust demon, brother. Brother, there's somebody putting lust demons on you through TV, through Instagram, through Facebook. through an old friend, through all of these different things and avenues that you're being met with. You have the left-hand side, which are sorcerers and all type of men with manipulation, and your top wizards that are casting spells upon the children of light, man. You read about that in Numbers, the 23rd chapter. We can't be ignorant to these things. Now, if we know we're under attack and we know that we're facing a spiritual warfare, and you're not grabbing up what it is that you need to actually fight and win this war, you're already bowing down and you're already throwing in the towel, man. You're suffering a fatality already. It says, wherefore, take unto you the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to stand, be able to withstand in the evil day. And having done all, to stand. Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness. So a lot of people, when they get overcome in a battle, it's because they're not righteous. They get overtaken because they're not strong in the spirit. And not because they're just not strong in the spirit, but they deny the Most High. Because they stop praying in the hour of adversity, in the hour of temptation. They stop fasting. They run to other things like bottles and women and false counsel and friends just to vent and all things to overthrow you, man. Hey, what delivered Daniel out of the lion's den? Was it because the Daniel was a prophet? Was it because Daniel, he knew the Hebrew, man? What delivered Daniel out of the lion's den? Let's go to it. What delivered Daniel out of the furnace of adversity? Let's find out. Let's go to Daniel, the 6th chapter. It's the book of Daniel, chapter 6, and verse 22. It says, my God have sent his angel and have shut the lion's mouth, that they have not hurt me. For as much as before him innocency was found in me. So Daniel was perfect, man. That's why the Lord delivered Daniel. Not because Daniel was a prophet. Not because Daniel knew the Hebrew. Not because Daniel prayed 3 times a day. Because Daniel was innocent. Daniel had on the whole armor of God, man. He didn't take off any of it. He didn't displace this and put on a strange garment or a strange understanding or something to have his pain of what he's going through eased by the clothing and garments of this world, man. He continuously had on everything that he needed in the spiritual realm to protect himself, man. And that's how we got to walk, man. You got to be perfect in this truth. You can't say, well, that was thousands of years ago. I'm not Job. Job was perfect. I'm not Noah. I'm not Enoch. I'm not Daniel. I'm not Ezra. Well, brother, these men were blameless in the eyes of the Lord. These men got salvation. So if you're not like these men, you're not going to get salvation. Most High is not coming for the lukewarm Jake that don't want to fight spirits, that always make excuses, that's not trying to uncover a matter of prophecy and just waiting on the Lord to come back, man. So that you could just beat Esau, have a damn whooping fetish about whooping Esau all day, man. The truth is deeper than that. In order to endure to the end, you have to know how to fight unto the end. And fighting isn't always easy, man. You got certain MMA fighters, they go through a line, and you can look these things up. And they'll have a trainer with a boxing glove on. And he'll just hit somebody about 5 times until their stomach cave in. Then he'll go to the next one, and you'll start whooping them. And then he'll go to the next one, and then he'll start whooping them, huh? Till you get to the last person and whipping them, huh? And he'll kind of rate, okay, well, I hit him 4 times before he caved in. I hit him 9 times before he caved in. And he'll see who's the strongest fighters, man. And they go through pain, what they will call training. Getting hit in the face, getting punched in the stomach. And they train for war. You have to train for war, man. And let's get into training for war. Let's go to the book of Luke, chapter 17 and verse 37. So one key indication that you're going to be suffering more spirits to trouble you and come upon you is this. Let's go to Luke chapter 17 and verse 37. Right? And I'm going to come back to Ephesians chapter 6. And it reads, and they answered and said unto him, where, lords? And he said unto them, wheresoever the body is, thither will the eagles be gathered together. So the Lord said, wherever you have a dead body, they're going to be eagles gathered together. And that's spiritual, because that's 2 and 3 fold. On one fold, Esau is the eagles, and he gathers together to manipulate us and lie to us. You understand? We're in a dead state in the world. through all type of manner of sorcery, and all manner of BET, VH1, rap music, drinking, bottles, guns, violence, clubbing, and vanity. But on a spiritual level, and these eagles and these things that eat your flesh are demons, man. And whatsoever you are, you understand? Whatsoever dead body is, there where the eagles be gathered together. So when you start to decay on your body and things start to leave you and you start to wax worse, more demons are going to be attracted. Meaning what? Let's say you have all the brotherly love in the world, but you stop reading. Your reading is starting to go down. But you have all the brotherly love, you showing up for camp, you watching all the videos, but your reading is going down. Well, brother, that's a state of a body that's starting to decay. And it's going to attract vultures. Name one place on the earth or what animal or what creature that decomposes and that doesn't attract worms, doesn't attract vultures, it doesn't attract eagles. These things attract. That's why the Most High said, let me get this quick precept. And I always bring this out at the end of my videos. Revelation 3:2. Be watchful and strengthen the things which remain that are ready to die. The Lord told you to strengthen things up that are ready to die. Meaning if I stop fasting, it's ready to die. Meaning a part of my body that was once healthy and full of life is died off. So it's going to attract creatures and they're going to feed on this part. And I may be delusional not knowing that there are demons on my back, man. Because I didn't fully examine my whole self to completion. I have a whole armor on to protect myself. And that's spiritual because while you're focusing on something that you don't need to be focusing on, there are demons attached to you on things you should have been examining. So wherever the eagles are to be, or the dead bodies is, the eagles are going to be gathered together. So you have to watch parts about you that is dying off and that are getting weak because that attracts demons. It's not always sin that attracts demons. No, demons, they get attracted when you start to be slothful, entertain things you don't need to be idle, not examine. They grow and they attach. They're a parasite, man. Let me get this quick precept. Let me go to the book of Mark. Matter of fact, yeah, let me get that real fast. Now, let me get this quick precept. Let me go to the book of Mark, right? Yeah, I can get that one. I'm going to get another account. I'm going to get Luke. It's the book of Luke, chapter 8, in verse number 26. It says, and they arrived at the country of the Gerasenes, which is over against Galilee. And when he went forth to land, there met him out of the city a certain man which had devils long time. And this is spiritual, because this man has been suffering devils for a long time. Now, you may be suffering devils for a long time. And brother, it's only going to be so long before they get and they chew through the meat till they get to the bone, man. And they enter into your soul and it's over. You have to understand how serious this is. To entertain something for a long time, or not fight it off rather for a long time, it's going to devour you. What's going to happen when that kid is at school and he keeps getting picked on? And then somebody keeps pushing him every day, just pushing him. Then that push turns into a punch because they know he's sweet. Then that punch turns into give me your damn lunch money. Then that give me your lunch money. Damn, he's shaking his pockets inside out, man, and going like this to the kid. He's hanging upside down, going like this. All his damn change is falling out. His damn grandma's pictures falling out. Damn grandma fell out, man. And Skittles and all manner of candy, man. He's sitting up there getting a blood rush, getting shooken up, man. And then the next day, right, he take him for all he got, man. Damn near killed a little boy. These demons are going to continue to eat you, devour you. And if it's on you for a long time, it's only going to get worse. Name one thing that's on you for a long time that gets better, man. I mean, age gets worse. Clothing, you wear clothing, it wax worse, right? You may have a sickness, right? The first day, you say, getting the sniffles. Then the second day, damn, they grabbing your tonsils, man. Then about the third day, you curled up in the bed calling upon the name of the Lord. Things get worse. You understand? We can't have these demons to be upon you for a long time. It says this, and wear no clothes, neither abode in any house, but in the tombs. And that's spiritual, because this man didn't have no clothes on. And what did the Most High tell you to be? Girded up with the spirit of the Most High. And since you're not girded up with the spirit of the Most High, you're naked. And then nakedness brings sin. It brings shame, right? And you abiding in the tombs. And we just got the precept, to wherever dead bodies are, there will the eagles be gathered together. So this man is putting himself in a position to have devils a long time, to be in sin, and he's not fighting it off. Verse 28, when he saw Yahushua, he cried out and fell down before him, and with a loud voice said, what have I to do with thee, Yahushua? And that's spiritual, because when you break this down, a lot of spirits don't want to leave you. So when somebody gives you a precept, when it's a video that it is that you need to watch, when it is a time that you should have fasted, you say, what have I to do with thee, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua? You don't say that out your mouth, but you say that in your spirit. Nah, I don't want to fast today. I'll fast tomorrow. Oh yeah, that was a good precept, but you don't apply it. Yeah, brother, I'm going to read a little bit later. You never get around to it. Your spirit is crying out, saying, what have I to do with thee? When essentially the Lord's coming to help you, man. The Lord's coming to drive that demon that is inside of you, outside of you, man. But we're such in one with these demons, we don't want them to leave. It's like it's a part of us. It's a part of our spirit. It says this, and when he saw Yahushua, he cried out and fell down before him, and with a loud voice said, what have I to do with thee, Yahushua, thou son of the Most High? I beseech thee, torment me not. Why is this demon saying torment me not? That don't mean Yahushua is going to take a stick and beat this demon. There's no account of any demon. It's like no account of any angels going off, man. They're fulfilling the will of the Heavenly Father. What it means by torment me not, meaning don't take me out of this vessel. Because that would be tormenting an angel. Because an angel needs essentially a host to manipulate, like a parasite. If a parasite is on the street, just damn parasiting around, he needs something to latch on to so that he can continue to feed and grow. Just like the cherubims, just like Asmodeus. He got driven into the uttermost parts of Egypt. Now he's going to and fro. Doesn't it tell you in Matthew, the 12th chapter, that when a spirit is driven out of a man, he goeth about seeking rest? Meaning it's troublesome to an angel. You know, let me go over it. Then got a rape spirit, you know, trying to go into a man of the Lord. That ain't going to happen. Trying to go over to this. Or who can I hop on? I mean, who's battling this spirit? Who can I hop on? Or anger. They're just running around to and fro. Who has problems with anger or who falls short with it so that they can hop on them. So it's troublesome for an angel going to and fro throughout the earth, because when they find home and when they find rest, they're at home. They're relaxed. They kicked up. Let me get that right before I go back to Luke. So don't think that these demons want to leave you. Brother, they're right at home. They're on the couch. They're watching TV. They're eating food. They're essentially in their house, man, which is the temple, your temple. It's the book of Matthew, chapter 12, and verse number 42. Right, I'm going to start at 43. It says, when the unclean spirit is gone out of a man, he walketh through dry places seeking rest. That's why the Lord said through the hand, you understand, of Luke, that this spirit is saying, torment me not, man. It says this, seeking rest. It says, walking through dry places seeking rest, and findeth none. Then he saith, I will return into my house whence I came out. And when he is come, he findeth it empty, swept and garnished. Meaning the spirit of the Most High is not in you. If this demon comes back to you and is swept and garnished, then that means that the spirit of the Most High isn't in you, burning. It says, then goeth he and taketh with himself 7 other spirits. So when you start to decay and wax worse, like we went over earlier, more and more spirits will start to come to you. They'll start to trouble you. It says, more wicked than himself. And they entered in and dwelt there, and the last estate of that man is worse than the first. Even so shall it be also unto this wicked generation. So when this demon says, torment me not, verse 29, for he had commanded the unclean spirit to come out of the man, for oft times it caught him. What does it mean, oft times it caught this man? It left you for the moment. You may battle in anger. Now, you're not angry 24/7. There's such things as road rage, and you get out, you fight the brother. There's such things as getting angry at this brother because you remember something he did last week, and an anger spirit hop once. That spirit has not left you. It's meeting you at the right moment to overtake you. When you're in a business meeting, and you're talking to your so-called damn manager, and he's saying, so the projects and the projections of da-da-da should be increased. Does anybody have anything to help our projected things to increase on this level? And, we're bringing in another company to assist us. And then you raise your hand, yeah, this is what we could do. We could do this, and blah, 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 and blah, 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 blah. You're not suffering lust right then and there, man. Because this demon knows that that's not the right time. These demons are crafty. You're not going to be sitting up there burning under the table, and it's going to be Esau in the room, and he's talking about the projected levels of the so-called business to be risen, man. But when you're by yourself, nobody's around, you're on Instagram, or you're in the grocery store, and somebody comes up to you, then this demon off time meets you. These spirits, they know when to meet you. They know how to come, when to come, how to address it. They're very extremely wise and crafty. So it says they oft times had caught him, and he was kept bound with chains and fetters. So this demon had him in a position the way he couldn't get out of it, man. And that's how I may feel through the spirit, man. But what we battle. It's been a lot of times where, I've had counsels or situations, or I've talked to people where they've been battling something for a long time. But you can't have the mindset that it can't leave you and that these chains are too strong. And I was talking to somebody one time. Name a time in the Bible, and this is open for anybody. Name a time in the Bible where Yahushua took 19 days and 55 days to cure somebody, man. Name a time in the scriptures where it took 2 months, 5 months to get a demon off you. And the Lord is just trying on you for 10 months straight. Because the last time I read the times of the scriptures, and Yahushua was walking the earth, and these people were battling things for years and infirmities, he healed them that same hour, man. That same hour. They were battling things for years and years. Troubled in the mind, sick, running issues, palsy, blind, halt, lame, sick. You understand? All of these different things were happening to men, and Yahushua healed them that same hour, that same day, man. So don't think that you can't come around this same day by having faith and actually believing and fighting for what it is that you want off of you, man. These demons aren't stronger than you. You're stronger than the demons. That's why they try so hard to bring more spirits. If these spirits were so strong or stronger than you, why do the spirits need to bring more and more spirits to take you down? Nobody even thinks about that. Because these spirits know once you call upon the name of the Lord, and once you actually believe it, and once you actually have set your mind to fast and to pray and to call upon his name and not entertain that demon, but to call upon Yahweh in the name of his son Yahushua and rebuke that spirit, then they're going to flee, man. Where's the account of the spirits hearing the Most High's name and his son and sticking around, man? Please show me. Somebody got to pull that precept. Where's the account of somebody calling upon the name of the Lord, believing it, and those spirits hang around, man? Even if there are a band of them, legions, millions, thousands, hundreds. Where's the account, man? It says this. Let me read on from there. And was kept bound with chains and fetters, and he brake the bands and was driven of the devil into the wilderness. Check that out, man. So these demons, they'll drive you into the wilderness. And you'll be driven to things and places to be further without water. And that's what these demons do. They lead you captive. That's 2 Timothy, man. Right, chapter 2 and verse 26. It says through the spirit. It's the book of Luke, chapter 8, and to him. So when you examining yourself, you got to ask yourself, literally, am I battling a spirit or am I battling many spirits? Now, oftentimes when somebody examines themselves, they always say, man, I had a spirit on me. Yeah, I had this spirit on me. No, brother, you had many spirits on you. Sister, you had many troubling spirits on you. That's why it was so hard for you to stay in the spirit. It was so hard for you to grasp the precepts, to read in that exact moment, to direct your body to fast at that moment, because it was so strong to manipulate you in many ways that you have no understanding and you put yourself in by yielding into these spirits and their thoughts. It says this, and they besought him that he would not command them to go into the deep. Now, I'm going to jump down to verse 35. It says, then when they went out to see what was done and came to Yahushua and found the man out of whom the devils were departed, sitting at the feet of Yahushua. So this man, he literally got cured that same day, man. So don't ever tell yourself if you're battling something in your life that it can't be removed the same hour, man. That's a lack of faith. It may sound impossible, man. And it do sound impossible sometimes. You're sitting up there, you got that throbbing sensation, and you're looking around, and you know you got spirits on you. You're sitting up there, you're angry, and you're sitting up there sweating, and your heart racing, and no, that's that spirit on you, man. When you call upon the name of the Lord, hey, call for counsel. Call somebody. Pray. Read. Do the things that the men of the Lord do and call upon the name of Yahushua. Don't look at this like it's a precept and it's just the book of Luke. No, in actuality, you're breathing the breath of Yahushua is entering into your soul, man. You got to look at it on a spiritual level. The Lord said, the words that I'm speaking to you, they are spirit and they are life. So these things are life unto you. So the less you read and the less you receive these words, the more your body is going to decay and you're up for grabs. The more you apply these words, the more you apply what is written, the more it's going to strengthen your body to perfection. That's like having a body. You just eat every day and you don't put on no lotion, no oil, right? You don't brush your teeth. That's off. You got to apply these. You can't just read, man. Because when you read and apply, it's going to be a difference to your life, right? Let me get this quick precept. Let me go to the book of Sirach, chapter 21 and verse 27. Now, what may be a main reason why you can't cast out spirits? Now, we're going and casting out spirits and being strong in the spirit. But a main reason why you may not be able to cast out spirits is for one reason. Let's go to the book of Sirach 21. Right, in verse number 27. And it reads, when the ungodly curseth Satan, he curseth his own soul. So you could bring more spirits upon yourself by trying to exercise spirits off of yourself and you're not in the right spirit. Or by trying to cast spirits off somebody else and you got spirits on you. The Most High will put more spirits on you and more spirits on you. Because when you're cursing Satan, you're really cursing your own soul, man. You may be in an argument with somebody or upset with somebody, whether that be your wife, whether that be your husband, and you're trying to tell them they're wrong, trying to pull precepts when you have all type of mold in your eyes. You're wrong, you have spirits on you, and you're cursing your own soul, meaning you're actuality putting more spirits on yourself by delusion, lies. These things destroy you, man. It takes a very meek and humble soul to be able to receive reproof, be able to be wise, grow in instruction, to be patient, to study how to pick the sword up to fight these demons. It said in the book of Acts, the 19th chapter, certain men took it upon themselves to exorcise demons. Who told those men they could do that, man? Just because you see Paul walking around and Barnabas and Silas and the men of the Lord doing these things, don't think you can do it. Those men were picked. Their bodies were undefiled. Those men walked upright. They had an actual relationship with Yahushua. That's why they were able to do these things. Brother, you may not have that relationship. Grow stronger with the relationship you have with the Most High. Pray more and read more. Get advice. Apply the precepts. And you'll see through time how strong it actually makes you, because you have power within yourself, man. It says this. Let me get another quick precept. Let me get the book of Sirach, chapter 27 and verse 26. It says, whosoever diggeth a pit shall fall therein, and he that setteth a trap shall be taken therein. He that worketh mischief, it shall fall upon him, and he shall not know whence it cometh. And that's a blind man that's working all type of manner of sin and workings of the flesh, and then acts oblivious when it falls upon him. You know, we better be casting out demons and trying to do this. And I've been reading, I've been praying. Why isn't anything going my way? It says, he that worketh mischief, it shall fall upon him, and he shall not know whence it cometh. So a lot of times when we suffer a lot of vengeance from the Most High and affliction, we don't know whence it cometh. And why? Because we've been working mischief and we're blind to that fact. Now, a wise man is going to foresee evil and hide himself. He's going to observe the time. He's going to know when trouble is coming upon him and how to fight it. But a fool is not going to reserve time. He's going to be frivolous with how he moves. He's not going to think that this is the Most High talking to him. He's not going to take advice. He's not going to be applying the precepts. And when he falls, he's going to be delusional in why he's falling. He's going to blame it on the curses. He's going to say he's just catching hell, when in actuality, he's cursing his own soul, and he's moving in a spirit that is denying the faith, man. Let me get this quick precept. Now, also another thing that you could do that helps strengthen casting out spirits is having confidence. Because a lot of people, they do things without confidence. And that's even with animals, man. A dog maybe, you start running and the dog will start chasing you, man. Because the dog knows he could take you. Here you are, 5'8", 6 feet tall, however tall you are, running from a dog, and a dog is damn 2 feet tall, man. A chihuahua. But you just start breaking off running and he'll chase you because he know he can take you down. There's certain tactics they tell you when you in the wild to stare down a bear or a Kruger, man, and don't run. To just make yourself big. That's what they say. But nevertheless, when you turn your back and you start running and you get out of there because you don't have no confidence and you flee, and the Lord said the wicked flee. But the righteous, they're as bold as a lion. And it's not talking about just on the highways and byways. It's talking about with everything. If you flee from that fast when you know you were supposed to, you're going to get devoured, brother. It's plain. You flee from that conversation and that counsel, the Lord is going to overthrow you, man. You flee from them scriptures to do your lust. Don't be oblivious, like the scriptures just said, and you not know whence it cometh when the Lord overthrows you by evil, man. So we have to understand these things. Let's go to it. Let's go to the book of Acts, chapter 16. Now, it reads, and it came to pass, as we went to prayer, a certain damsel possessed with a spirit of divination met us, which brought her master much gain by soothsaying. So this woman was a witch. And she brought her master much gain by soothsaying, meaning much money, by casting sorcery and divining, right? It says, the same followed Paul and us and cried, saying, these men are the servants of the Most High God. So peep how the spirit just moved. It said the same followed Paul and us. Now what if Paul would have ran? He didn't turn around and confront that spirit. He would have just kept moving and said it's a spirit. It's a spirit. A lot of people say it's a spirit on me, yeah. Just got spirits on me. I don't know what to do. Sorrowful. Yeah, man. I just lost my job. You good? Yeah, it's just spirits. Just spirits. What do you mean it's just spirits? What does that mean? What are you saying, brother? What are you saying? Are you just saying I got spirits on me and it's just gonna stay on me? And it is what it is? A lot of people don't got no confidence, man. Hey, sister, what's going on? You all right? Yeah, just enduring. You okay? What's going on? Just troubling spirits. Just pray for me. What do you mean just troubling spirits? Just pray for you. Hey, Paul turned around, man. He looked at spirit in his eyes and he commanded in the name of the Lord to flee, man. You can't be sitting there letting these things trail you. What if a homeless man is just walking behind you, man? And you parked all the way down the street. You parked 2 blocks away. He just trailing you to your door. Just trailing you. Just trailing you, man. Just trailing you. And you turning around, you keep seeing him. What the hell? And then you make a damn smooth turn to get out of there, to walk a little bit fast, and he's still trailing you. Just trailing you. Man, anybody on a physical level would turn around and say something, man. If you know they're trailing you, man. And that's on a physical level. Hey, Paul, you gotta be bold, man. It says, verse 18, and this did she many days. So many days she's stalking them. She following them. And that's how these spirits are. They'll stalk you and follow you, man. And that's exactly what carnivores do. They devour flesh. They'll pounce and they'll watch you. And they'll hide in the grass. They may lay low for a couple hours while the herd is eating. As soon as the herd is done eating, right, that cantaloupe, right, or that water buffalo, or whatever the case may be, that oxen, and they rise up and they go on with their journeys, there's going to be somebody that falls behind. And then that lion gets up, he continues to pounce, and then he devours. That's how these spirits are. They walk upon you, they follow you, maybe trying to overtake you and devour you. It says, but Paul, being grieved, turned and said to the spirit, I command thee in the name of Yahushua. Now, we can't read this like this is old English and just the Greek, man. I command thee in the name of Yahushua. Who talks like that? Hey, Paul talks like that, man. The men that cast out spirits talk like that. Hey, it was one time I had to say it out loud, man. I started calling upon the name of the Lord out loud, and I started cursing Satan and rebuking Satan out loud, man. Don't think that's just something they did in the ancient world. All Jake want to do now is just pray under their breath. Give a little bit of effort. Go home in their closet and bow down when nobody's looking. They don't want to tell nobody about their problems and their issues, not even their husband or their wife. He's going to handle the Lord on their own. That's pride, man. That's arrogancy. That's foolish. That's not being confident. And it's not being grieved in the spirit like Paul was. Paul was grieved as demon kept following him. He was angry. And he commanded the spirit. When you command something, you have to have authority to command anything, man. It says this. And he came out the same hour. Now, it says that he came out the same hour. Now, I want to get this quick precept to land me back on that. Let's go to Proverbs 25 and 19. Now, when you go to Proverbs 19, it further explains the strength of being confident. It's the book of Proverbs 25 and 19. It says, confidence in an unfaithful man in the time of trouble is like a broken tooth. So if you're unconfident in a time of trouble, it's like you walking around with a broken tooth. It says, and a foot out of joint, meaning it'll be painful, stressful, hard. Now, if we're going to war and the time you need it, you're not confident, that can affect everybody, man. And that's Deuteronomy, the 20th chapter. The Lord basically said, if you're scared, hey, go home, man. Don't sit out here with the real men and the real warriors that go to war. The same with Proverbs. The Lord said confidence in an unfaithful man in a time of trouble. So in a time of trouble, you have to have confidence. Can't be scared, timid, shy. You understand? Backpedaling. And no, brother, that's the time for you to perform, man. Nobody wants confidence when it doesn't matter. You're just shooting in the gym, just making all the 3-pointers. Nobody's in the gym. But as soon as somebody get in your face and they put that hand up, right, it's Brick City, man. That's all you're doing is just hitting the top of the backboard. You need the confidence when it matters, man. You sitting up there like a child, putting on all your jewelry in the mirror and your hat and your sunglasses on, man. Right? But when it's finally time to walk up to that sister you want to court, right? You sweating it and you speaking Yiddish, man. You don't know what to say. You have to have confidence. And that's with everything. And people respect people with confidence. Right? They even have things on the left-hand side with confidence called modeling, man. Where it's an over boatload on the left-hand side of confidence. But nevertheless, confidence and strength, like Judas Maccabeus, you understand, like Joshua, like Abraham, when these men went to go do the will of the Heavenly Father, man, with strength and honor. And they didn't pull back from what they thought. They wasn't double-minded. And they knew that they can do what it is they set their mind through faith. Right? Let me get this quick precept. As a matter of fact, I'm going to rest on that one. And I'm going to go back to, matter of fact, I'm going to get about 2 more precepts and close out. Right? I want to get Luke chapter 17 and 11. And a lot of times, too, brothers, they're not thankful to the Most High like they should be. That's another reason why the Most High, may or may not be, helping you, in the way you want. There may be a lot of situations to where you may have a child and a child comes to you and then you get a child some candy. Or you give a child whatever, right? Whatever the case may be, something to drink. And then they take it, splash juice everywhere, drink up the juice and stick the cup right back in your face and go outside to play. Then that child comes right back in and asks, I'm thirsty. I want something to drink. They didn't say please. They didn't even thank you for the last juice. You're like, get out of here, man. Shoot. Step. All right? Then they go outside thirsty. Right? About to faint. And then you got that other child. He comes. Can I please? Baba Kashar, get some water. I don't desire the juice. I desire a fresh cup of water. Then you get a child some water. Child take the water. The water. All praise to the Most High. Then they go outside to play. Then when they come back in, you might be, this is a respectful child. Hey, when the Most High blesses you, and that's even in the scriptures, and you don't say thank you or you're grateful for the Most High and magnify his name in things that he has done for you, that could cause, let's just read it. This is the book of Luke chapter 17 and verse number 11, right? It says, and it came to pass, as we went to Jerusalem, that he passed through the midst of Samaria and Galilee. And as he entered into a certain village, there met him 10 men that were leopards. Now, leopards are unclean. So you have 10 men that are unclean. And that's a spiritual number because 10 is a number of completion. And leopards is a plague. So it may be 10 amount of men, which is a spiritual amount, an indifferent amount, right? Coming before the Lord. One's sick, one's blind, one's lame, one's battling lust, one's battling hatred, one's battling a grudge, one battling whatever the case may be. It says, and as he entered into a certain village, there met him 10 men that were leopards, which stood afar off. And they lifted up their voices and said, Yahushua, Master, have mercy on us. Everybody wants to call upon the name of the Lord when they're in the hot seat. Everybody wants to call upon the name of the Lord when the car is shaking and then you start calling upon the name of the Lord. As soon as the car stops shaking, all you say is, all praise to the Most High. Then you just keep it moving. Brother, you could have died, man. You could have actually died right then and there. You got certain people that'll save your life on a physical level, and you'll put that man on a pedestal like he's an idol. Remember when you pushed me off the side of the road when we was 15 years old, man? I'll never forget that. And that's a mortal man. I had this movie called Kangaroo Jack. I think that's the name of it. With Anthony Anderson or Hamilton, whatever his name was. Right, the chubby dude with the beard. And he had a so-called Edomite best friend that saved him in the water when he was a child. And he talked about that the whole movie, how he saved his life. And that was years and years later, man. Years later. And we got to praise the Most High for everything he's done from time past. His name is everlasting through everlasting. Praising the Most High for bringing you to this truth, for continuously knowing his name. And these men in the hot seat of their plague were calling upon the name of the Lord. It says, and when he saw them, he said unto them, go shew yourself unto the priest. And it come to pass that as they went, they were cleansed. And one of them, when he saw that he began to be healed, turned back with a loud voice, glorifying God. So out of all of those 10 men, only one man turned back to give the Most High his praise. And his praise isn't just saying all praises to the Most High, man. You don't know the severity of what this man did, man. How hard he went, how long he praised the Most High. Damn, they would have started a ministry. We don't know the severity of him praising the Most High, man, and glorifying the Most High's name. It's not written. But we do know through the Spirit that he praised the Most High mightily. It says, and fell down on his face at his feet, giving him thanks, and he was a Samaritan. And a lot of people don't praise the Most High like they should when the Most High removes spirits. When the Most High blesses you and keeps you in the spirit to have a sound mind. It says, and Yahushua answering, were there not 10 cleansed? But where are the 9? So even the Lord looking like, why they not praising me? Don't think the Lord looking at you after he removes something and you don't praise him or you don't turn up in the spirit and he just cool with that, man. That's off. If you give somebody a carnal present, you know, I know you, I don't know, shoot. I know you said that you like eating fruit, so, you know, I got you a watermelon. Oh, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate it. Somebody just take it carnally, just say, oh, cool, and just keep it moving. You'll feel disrespected. And Yahushua is even saying, and Yahushua answered, said, were there not 10 cleansed? But where are the 9? There are not found and returned to give glory to God, saith this stranger. And he said unto him, arise, go thy way. Thy faith hath made thee whole. So we got to always, through the spirit, when we going through things, praise the Most High in the furnace of adversity. Keep the armor on us at all times. Believe what it is that we're praying in with strength. Have confidence in the things that we're praying for, right? And one more thing that I wanted to touch on too, that I forgot, is enduring that long time in that estate, man. Because you may be in that estate for 2 to 5 to a year. I mean, we keep talking about Toba was blind for 8 years, man. Who are you to tell the Most High when your time is up with affliction? I remember a long time ago, man, it was his brother. He was saying, man, look, I told the Most High I had enough. I had enough. What do you mean you had enough? Like the Most High would say, okay, he's had enough. Lighten the burden. There is no had enough, man. The Most High want to put his foot on you, or his hand on you, rather. It is what it is, man. No matter how troublesome that may be to you, you have to have faith. Let me get this last precept. Right? In the book of Matthew, chapter 15. And there's so many precepts. I can go to John. Yeah, I'm going to go to John real fast. I'm going to pull this one instead. It's the book of John, chapter 16 and verse 20. Verily, verily, I say unto you, that ye shall weep and lament. So the Lord is telling you that you're going to weep and lament. And weeping is physical crying. You're literally going to cry in this life. You can't say, well, I'm a mighty man of God. It'll never happen. The Lord's going to break you down some point in your life. And you're going to catch so much hell that you might break down and cry. Whether that be times to come, whether that be something you've already happened, you're going to weep and lament in this thing. Hey, words could break your bones, man. That's in Sirach 28. So afflictions could trouble you just like physical pain. It says, but the world shall rejoice. So this is their time to have fun. And we can't be envious of the wicked. And ye shall be sorrowful, but your sorrow shall be turned into joy. It didn't say when. When the kingdom comes, when the Most High lighten that burden. And there's hope in this thing, man. Because the Most High deals with a just balance. So whether you're catching hell right now, just know it's on the other side of that hill, like they say, man. Hey, the sun is going to shine, man. You may be catching hell for so long, then out of nowhere, money just come in your account. Damn, get a job out of nowhere, or the Most High increase your knowledge, or remove spirits off of you, or the Most High increases you to have a congregation. You never had a congregation. You never had a friend in the truth. Now you have a friend. Or you may be expecting or want to expect, and Most High bless you with a son, or whatever the case may, the Most High, he going to bless you, man, because the Most High loves us. But can we endure that estate until that just balance? Or are we going to deny him in that estate and it will be no just balance? You understand? Because Most High is going to bless the wicked. It says this: a woman, when she is in travail, haveth sorrow, because her hour is come. But as soon as she is delivered of the child, she remembereth no more the anguish for the joy that a man is born into the world. And ye now therefore have sorrow, but I will see you again, and your heart shall be returned, so like you rejoiced, and your joy no man taketh from you. So no man's going to take that away from you, man. You got to endure that estate for that amount of time that the Most High has ordained for you, right? Let me get this last precept. It's the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 6, and verse 4. But in all things, approving ourselves, the same when you were 13, because what you gain experience, you go through situations, you grow to these from and gaining strength from to further know how to blow those things out of your way the next time. You're not fully proven so. And the tree has to go to winter. And Satan trying to take away the word. But nevertheless, the tree continues to shed and go through winter. It goes through cycles. And even in nature, certain animals, they get uncomfortable and they're going through hibernation. So don't think it's just you. And the whole earth is on a just balance. But through that tree and during the winter, it comes out in, right? It says, and fast, right? It says, and fasting, by pureness, by knowledge, by long suffering. This is a list of things to approve yourself as a man and woman of God. By knowledge, that increases you. By pureness, right? Being sincere and loving. By long suffering, by going through whatever estate for however long that the Most High wants you to be in it. That shows patience. They didn't have that long trying to take away the word. Okay, all praise to the Most High. Verse 9, it says, as I'm going to jump down to verse 9. I'm going to get two more. As unknown, yet well known, as dying, and behold, we live. As chastened and not killed. As sorrowful, yet always rejoicing. As poor, yet making many rich. As having nothing, and yet possessing all things, man. So in having nothing, of Revelation, chapter 3, and verse number 2. It says, be watchful, and strengthen the things which remain that are ready to die. So strengthen everything up in the spirit, that are dying off, especially entering into the Shabbat right now. For I have not found thy works perfect before God. Remember therefore how thou hast received and heard, and hold fast, and repent. If therefore thou shalt not watch, I will come on thee as a thief, and thou shalt not know what hour I will come upon thee. So if you're not watching and remaining diligent in his truth, it's only a matter of time before you're sifted out. Don't let all your hard work, your love that you have for the brotherhood, your dedication, your works, your fasting, your prayer, and everything you've done and everything, you aspire to do in this thing go for naught, because the Most High will sift you out. So continue to be on fire in this thing. And if you need help, reach out. Get counsel. You understand? Ask a brother or sister to pray for you. Lean upon your husband. Lean upon your wife. And the Lord said 2 are better than 1. So with that, man, stand in spirit. Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Mashiach, Malak Yahushua, Shalom.